Will there ever be a Pepe ETF, a Pepe meme coin crypto ETF? I think that this is possible, but there is a reality to this situation that we do need to look at. And you think, well, the Doge ETF, yes, there's a Doge ETF that just came out. We likely have a spot Doge ETF that's going to get approved even in the month of October. So you'd think, okay, well, Pepe surely should have one coming. That would be a green light for Pepe to have one. But there is a difference that we do need to be aware of. And I think that it's possible, but it might take a little bit longer than you might think. I also believe there is potentially a chance for Pepe to achieve some of the previous highs that we've seen for Dogecoin, which could potentially mean, as I want to share with you guys on my screen here, a 20x opportunity for Pepe, possibly even in this bull market. Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I am Crypto Kip. Do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel for more content. Let's talk a little bit about Pepe Coin in this video, and please note, nothing here is financial advice, my friends, but we do crypto updates every single day. And the one I want to talk about today is a 20x possibility for Pepe and the prospect of a Pepe ETF. Starting off on this 20x conversation surrounding Pepe, is this something that is possible in this bull market? It seems ridiculous. It seems crazy. It sounds like I'm out of my mind even saying it, right? It's at a $4 billion market cap, a coin about a frog, right? Why would it ever go to $88 billion? Why would it ever do what Dogecoin's done in the past? Well, my argument is very simply this. We have seen meteoric gains out of coins like Doge and Shiba Inu and Fartcoin and you name it. These things pump when people are trying to trade altcoins, and there are at different times chosen coins. Dogecoin was one of the original best memes in existence. That's why it's in the top 10 even today. Shiba Inu was one of the second most successful meme coins out there. And Pepe has been the third most successful meme. And I would even argue that Pepe is more popular than Shiba Inu right now. It would be crazy to see Pepe go to an $88 billion market cap. But Dogecoin, a coin about a dog, has done it in the past, and I think it's possible for Pepe. But there is a key difference between these two coins that is very important when it comes to the conversation surrounding a Pepe ETF. And I want to show you some of the details that is very laid out in this AI response to the question, will there ever be a Pepe ETF because of the recent launch of a Doge ETF? For those of you guys that don't know, we did see a US Doge ETF get launched, ticker DOJE. This was the first meme coin ETF to ever get approved. And the biggest reason that this was approved in line with the requirements of the SEC for that filing was that it was a proof of work coin. Bitcoin is also a proof of work coin. And Pepe is actually a proof of stake coin. So there is a difference, okay? There is a difference. And the regulatory requirements of the SEC. Now, I don't think that this limitation, proof of stake instead of proof of work, is going to change the possibility for a Pepe to do some craziness like this and go 20x. And by the way, guys, like, I am not telling you this is going to happen. I'm telling you, I think that it could happen. It could happen in this bull run. It might not happen until the next one, and it might not ever happen. But I do believe that Pepe right now is the coin that has the best chance to achieve the heights that Pepe has had in the past, just due to the hype surrounding this coin. And you can look, and I've talked about this a lot. If you Google Pepe, you're going to see 1,000 Pepe copycat coins. There's Pepe on the Bitcoin blockchain, and Pepe on Sol, and Pepe on Sui, and Pepe over here, and Pepe on Base, and Base Pepe, and there's so many Pepe copycat coins. And then you have Brett, the big meme coin on Base. You have so many coins that have mimicked the Matt Fury ecosystem Pepe coin narrative, but it all comes from Pepe. In terms of the ETF, I think that gives it a strong possibility to be approved as an ETF in the future. And I do think that this DOJE US Doge ETF being launched indicates that it is very possible for a Pepe to be launched. But what we do need to see is more work on the proof of work versus proof of stake hurdle in terms of getting the regulatory approval in place to get a Pepe ETF through. I do think at some point that there will be easier paths for proof of stake coins to get ETFs. But for Pepe to do that, it is looked at as a hurdle for right now. I do believe, though, that it is possible for it to happen. I find it unlikely to happen in the year 2025, but who knows? Maybe it can happen in 2026, or maybe it's going to get brought up as we go into the next bull market, and I do believe in these 4-year cycles. And as I see the volatility playing out for Pepe, I think there are opportunities for trades. Like my next level I'd be looking at for potential long would be at this range, looking for a potential bounce down here off of this trend line, and we've kind of been playing tic-tac-toe in this horizontal wedge. I was looking for a potential breakout through this, but we did find some resistance at this other trend line right here about the 4012 level. And if we take a dip down to really the 401 or 409,899 level, I think that could be potentially a zone for long, just as I look at this green trend line as a potential level for a short, which is something that we had looked at. And so there's many ways to trade this. And if we go into a bear market again, there will be dollar cost averaging opportunities to buy the lows of this thing. But as I see the volatility in the chop of, for Pepe and for Dogecoin, for Bitcoin playing out, I like to trade it. And if you guys want to do some trading as well on Pepe or any of these other coins, in the description of this video, there is a sign-up bonus when you sign up for BitTinex, up to a $100,000 sign-up bonus for BitTinex, and up to a $5,000 deposit bonus for Blowfin with a 10% trade rebate as well. These are my two favorite exchanges to use when trading Pepe, and I do like to trade Pepe a lot. I think that this is something we can see in the future, a 20x move potentially for Pepe. I don't think it's impossible. It is going to be difficult, and I do think that we could see a Pepe ETF at some point down the road. But I think the ETF is going to still take some time, and I think that as we're watching this market right now, it's very important to note that the best moment in the crypto bull run historically is in Q4, which is what we are coming into at the end of this month, which has 85% gains on average. And October and November are historically the best months for crypto. The 4-year cycles would signal that October could potentially be the top. I would not be surprised if we extended in November. So what I'm saying is these big moves, okay, guys, like the big moves that move us up towards these previous Doge highs, I think that they begin maybe in October and November. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not here to give you financial advice. I like to trade these markets, and I like to report the news on them every single day. And so I want to share an update with you guys on Pepe in this one and talk about the prospect of a Doge ETF and the 20x conversation for this crypto coin. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel, DCA, hold on, my friends. Of course, I'll see you in the next one. I got 2 videos for you right here if you want to check them out. Until next time, y'all, peace.